In 1901, at Spindletop Hill near Beaumont, the future of Texas changed dramatically as, like a fountain of fortune, thousands of barrels of oil burst from the earth towards the sky. Soon, Detroit would be cranking out Model Ts by the millions, and America was on the move, thanks to the black gold being produced in Texas. Now, more than a century later, the vehicles are different, but nothing else has truly changed. Sure, there may be many other alternative energy sources like wind and solar and electric. But let's be honest, America depends on oil and entrepreneurs, and if the USA is truly going to be independent, it has to know the crude truth.
This episode is brought to you by LFS Chemistry. We are committed to being good stewards of the environment. We are providing the tools so you can be too. NAPE Expo, where deals happen. Air Compressor Solutions. When everything is on the line, Air Compressor Solutions is the dependable choice to keep commercial business powered up. Sandstone Group. Exec Crew. Elevate your network, elevate your knowledge. Texas Star Alliance. Pecos Country Operating. Fueling our future.
Here we are at the Permian Basin International Oil Show 2025. Thank you to Air Compressor Solutions for hosting the Crude Truth this year. And also thank you to LFS Chemistry and Pecos Country Operating for also being sponsors of this year's travel. It has been a full and beautiful first day. I tell you what, you can't get no better weather than what we got here today. And I'm just so excited that I was able to catch my good friend and podcast buddy, Keith Stelter. Keith, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. The weather out here is amazing, and it is definitely full here. There's people everywhere. They've been setting this up for a week. I've been coming out and taking pictures and a few other things, and it was definitely worth the wait. There's people everywhere. Man, it's busy.
This is just such a great time. Keith, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm actually finishing up podcasting here at the show. On day one, I got to interview some great folks, Kevin Sparks, August Pfluger, Jim Wright, Kirk Edwards, a bunch more. And I get the pleasure of flying out to Canada tomorrow morning for my dad's 75th birthday.
Golly, you have been on it. And you and I have literally, whenever you go to Fort Worth, we've missed each other literally the last 3 times.
Well, you're a big deal and you're busy all the time. And, I understand that. And one of these days, like today, we'll get together and we'll get to have a chat. And I can't, I love that you get to have me on more times than I can remember. But it's always a pleasure.
Well, if I can, and for everybody out there, I'm going to triple check, but I do think you are the first for the 5 Timers Club.
Did I really beat JP Warren?
I think you did. I'm going to double check. So if this is still good, I'm going to triple check, but I think you beat JP and Jim Holmes.
Because I will definitely text that guy about that and just say, na, boo-boo.
We're going to make it a big deal. I mean, we're going to make the 5 Timers thing a thing with the Crude Truth.
You need like a pin or maybe some sort of medal or a hat or something. I think that'd be a legitimate thing. That was like, I forgot what they got on Saturday Night Live when they hosted so many times, but they eventually made it a pretty big deal. I think Steve Martin hit 20 times and they gave him a Rolex or something.
Well, I remember the first time I invited you on the show, I was nervous. And I know, but you've just been always doing so good at stuff out here. And since last time you were on the show, you have officially started the Stelter Initiative. So for those out there that don't know, which I don't think there should be anybody, but for those out there that don't know, what is the Stelter Initiative?
So a lot of people dog on West Texas. It's dry, it's dirty, it's trash everywhere. The people don't care about that, and it's farther from the truth. So I decided one day, let's get together, my following on LinkedIn, let's meet at a certain corner in Odessa and let's pick up some trash. And lo and behold, 20 people showed up. We had some trash trailers and we went down the road and we picked up like 3 tons of trash. Like we're measured in tons of trash. That's how much we're picking up. And a lot of people saw my post after. And they're like, well, will you do that again? And I was like, sure. So we made it kind of a monthly, bi-monthly thing, like every couple months. And so last year we picked up 69 tons of trash and people were like, oh, where can I donate? And I'm like, man, I'm just some guy. I'm not a real charity. So there's some people, well, why don't you become a real charity? So we did that beginning of this year. And to date, we got another 69 tons of trash through our pickups. We use some of the donations now that we're an official 501c to pay some crews, basically guys who aren't working right now. They got some trash trailers, and they go out and I pay them, a little bit to cover their costs and a little bit to keep them going on little smaller sections. And so it's been great. We also use the money to dispose of tires and get rid of oil. It's supplies, safety vests, safety signs. It's turned into a thing. We'll get 70 people show up. Our last big volunteer cleanup, we picked up 20 tons of trash. We had 243 tires, and just the tires alone is 11 tons of trash right there. So we filled up 3 big dumpsters. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you get enough people together.
Well, as we've been here at the show today, we literally have seen people go, Keith, I've been trying to get a hold of you. We want to help out with what you're doing. I mean, this thing is really, in a good way, snowballed into something that's awesome. And I'd like to think that I was one of those saying, you need to start a 501c3 or whatever, the nonprofit.
Yes, you were, because I think the one that you started, I don't know, we never ever kind of did anything with it, or it didn't start up or whatever. And I was always waiting on you. I'm always waiting on you, Ray. And you know what? I just got tired of waiting. So we went out and we got some stuff done, and I'm waiting for you to come out one of these weekends and lead one of these cleanups. And I think you'd be a really good organizer and would rally people to the cause.
Dare I say you took the initiative?
Yes, I did. That was the words I was trying to, hopefully someone was going to use for me. And thank you for doing it.
Well, okay. You've had on already today, Texas Congressman Sparks. State Senator, Sparks. Sorry, Senator Sparks.
Congressman, House Representative August Pfluger.
August Pfluger, yes.
So Jim Wright with the Railroad Commission.
What are you hearing from our local elected officials here in Texas right now? Can you give us a little bit of insight on what you're hearing?
They want to drive down electricity costs. That's a big issue for them. They want to improve the grid. They want to get more access to power. They need our help, supporting them to address some of the water issues and oil and gas, the regulations, try to open things up and make it a little bit easier to utilize the great resources we have here in Texas.
I want to dive into the water issue just a little bit. And as a lot of people know, I'm working on my MBA, and one of our field studies was actually to talk about a lot of the produced water that is here in West Texas. What exactly is going on with produced water and drinking water here right now?
So there's never enough drinking water. You always want more and more fresh water, not only just for the drinking, but irrigation around here. Human consumption is, it's a big issue. We're in a desert, but the Permian Basin produces more water than it does oil. And groups like the Produced Water Society get people together. The technology, it's not 1989 anymore. We don't just pump it in the ground and get rid of it. Water's becoming a full-blown asset, the produced water. And we're getting closer and closer to treating it. I know the Railroad Commission has given permission in the past. They're irrigating cotton fields with treated produced water, stuff that's not human consumption. And it's going to only get bigger and bigger as time goes by. I think it's time to utilize the millions and millions of produced water barrels that we get every day out of this place.
Yeah, they estimate for every barrel of oil that comes out of the ground, it's somewhere between 5 and 10 barrels of water. Is that about right?
I think so. And since that's I think I just talked to August Pfluger. He mentioned that we're getting about 6 million barrels of oil out of the Permian every day. So if you do that by 10, you're looking at 60 million barrels of produced water every day. And that's a massive volume. Even if we don't use all of it, we can use enough that irrigation is not going to be a problem anymore. Let's start irrigating the golf courses with it, the places that, we can save on the fresh water.
Good.
Fresh water.
Thank you, Air Compressor Solutions, again for hosting the Crude Truth this year. You had on Kirk Edwards, and he has definitely been a strong voice on LinkedIn lately for the independents. I don't know if all independents. I'd love to have Mr. Edwards. Love to have you on the show, The Crude Truth, at some time for sure. But what is he saying, and what are you guys feeling out here right now in West Texas with the prices below $60 right now, Keith?
Things got to change. More education in DC. they think, the prices can just go to these bottoms and there's not going to be any consequences. It's going to be bad for everybody if they keep going lower and people stop drilling. This doesn't get turned back on a whim. So education is the biggest part. There needs to be more deals internationally, and I think even the railroad commissioner hit on that. They're trying to market Texas oil to more and more places. I was shocked to learn, the market for Texas oil hadn't opened up since 2016 was the first year it was really opened. So our competition in some of these countries, that aren't the nicest, cleanest oil in the first place. So they should be getting their oil from us and not from them.
Well, you mentioned that, and I do know that a lot of the Middle East countries and other countries around the world, in cutting their deals with America, that they had to invest in American companies. As far as the independents go out here, obviously West Texas has a lot of the majors, but what are you seeing from the independents out here, Keith?
They're starting to get on board the innovation train instead of just kind of sticking with the old ways. I see them opening up ways to become more efficient, save money, produce more with less. It is, gone are the days of, we just drill it and we just produce it. We don't care that, we've been doing it this way for 10 years. It worked. It's going to keep on working. I think they're definitely open to the newer ideas because it's going to be a matter of innovate or die.
When you talk about innovate or die, where do you see the rest of the year going out here? It feels like everybody here is actually very upbeat. You wouldn't, in some ways, know that we're below $60 oil. So what are you seeing and what are you hearing here for the rest of the year?
Pilots are a big thing. People are open. They have the time now, and even this show demonstrates it. It's going to be busy because a lot of years where oil was too high, people are busy working. They can't come to an oil show. Now it's slower. They got the chance to check out some of the new innovations that the companies here are showcasing. And I think that only brings the industry back stronger and stronger.
Well, Keith, for those out there that don't know what you're doing and what, let's talk about you and all the great things that you're doing over right now with your company.
Wow. So I do sales for Texas Babco Solutions. We build vessels, separators, testers for your everyday battery for your oil company. That's the bread and butter. And we also have a technology arm called Maze Environmental, where we have a crude stabilizer and some technology that we basically stabilize your crude as it comes out of the ground. So you no longer get any of those emissions coming off your tanks. You don't have to wait for it to stabilize. In doing so, we keep a lot of light ends in your crude stream, so it actually swells it up. So you get about, on average, let's say about 2% extra volume. On a 10,000 barrel facility a day, that's 200 barrels extra a day that you get. Plus, you don't have to deal with the emissions. There's a few different product lines we have to do that. We can break out the methane, just specifically it to help with the RVP. It's a great little, process that's, we have a few takers right now, and some are still, it's too new, that they're like, man, it just sounds too good to be true. And, our biggest, clients are over in the Middle East right now. But we are seeing a lot of traction here. A few folks have already tried it. There's some of our bigger pilots programs. We have some big ones set up for 26. I don't want to jinx it yet, but actually that's where the bosses and all the process engineers, they're not here at the show today. They're actually all there doing all the detail work of, we've all come to the agreement. We're going to do this. Now, how does it actually get implemented and where does it get set up? So, no, it's exciting to see it go forward. And I hope, the big black eyes on the industry are, sometimes produce water. What do we do with this water and the emissions, the flaring? And I'm happy to be part of a company that takes care of one of those problems.
Well, Keith, you're doing more than that. For those out there that want to donate to the Stelter Initiative or get in contact and volunteer, how can they get a hold of you guys?
So I'm all over LinkedIn. You can search Keith Stelter. You can search the Stelter Initiative. We're still working on getting our website set up. A few people said they were going to do that. Man, head over to that guy right there and wave at him. There's a great guy who brings out, the guy's name's Dallas. He's with Freedom Valves. Okay. He brings out his skid steer all the time, and he was a big reason we were able to pick up 20 tons of trash at the last cleanup. But yeah, you can get a hold of me for donations. We're an official 501c. It's tax write-off. Love to get more support so we can keep the guys busy, dispose of more tires, and get this area a lot more clean.
Well, Keith, again, I cannot thank you enough for doing this. I know you have literally been talking. You've been interviewing people all morning, so I can't thank you enough.
But Air Compressor Solutions has been keeping me going with their amazing water.
It is good. Well, Keith, again, thank you, sir, and thank you for always coming on the show, and thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Well, what about your work?
Thank
You want to hit any of that stuff up? Man, because, I believe in this guy enough that I've taken my own personal hard money and I've invested, in his company. And we're actually getting checks, and it's a really nice, we've done that maybe with another group, but it hasn't been as successful. So we're very excited to keep, working with Ray on this. And, I've invested enough with Pecos. I like to joke around and say that I have the official title as the assistant to the intern. I'm that high up the chain. So it's been great. Thank you for what you do.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. And keep it up, and thank you for always tuning in for another episode of The Crude Truth.
Again, The Crude Truth would like to thank today's sponsors: LFS Chemistry, NAPE Expo, Air Compressor Solutions, Sandstone Group, Exec Crew, Texas Star Alliance, Pecos Country Operating, and Real News Communication Network.
The easiest way to start your own podcast and TV show? Real News Communications Network. Stand out from your competition. Produce streams of high-quality social media content. Become a thought leader in your industry. With RNCN, you get to be the host. We handle everything else. Tour one of our 3 locations in Dallas, Fort Worth, and the Colony. Call 972-402-6333 or visit launchashow.com to find out more.